All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the waning hours of Memorial Day, I want to give thanks to the soldiers out there who have given their lives so we could have the last stand of freedom and hopefully turn this ship around. And so this is a call out to those weather warriors out there like me who are watching the trends and the patterns. One thing I know for a fact is it looks like storms and flooding will return to the United States on June 3rd and carry on through at least the 6th, as we're looking at the precipitation projections over those days. So I'm going to ask the question, is the perfect storm headed to the United States? And if you can't handle me asking a question with a lot of data that's really brought to surface, then you should probably tap out now and go watch a video that will probably agree with everything you agree with. Because us astonishers are here to help. And if the world is going to end, at least letting people know that, hey, you may want to take some time out to get right with God. And I guess if you're an atheist, then just enjoy life, you know? Okay, so what I'm talking about here is, I've been warning everybody, like, it feels like America's getting strategically flooded, where we're like the lobster in the boiling pot, and we don't realize the pot is boiling yet. It's just really warm. And so America's seen soil moisture levels max out. You know, the Mississippi River is super high. You got that snow melt waiting to explode, and snow meltiness up in the Sierras. So just across the board, it looks weird. Now, this is from, I tried to make this video like twice and ran into major problems, so I'm just using the footage I used before all the audio got stripped out. Now, what we're looking at here is total cloud water. America's to the far right, and Asia's to the left. And so, what we see right here is a total cloud water river that stretches pretty much almost the length of Earth. Whether you think it's globe or it's flat, that total cloud water there, that patch seems to stretch the entire length of the planet. Almost. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about. So if that thing runs like a train through America, there are going to be major problems. Now, can you see how I might even bring up this idea? Now, I'll present to you, I've checked precipitation models, and none of them have super major flooding coming in the next week. So, I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe this thing's going to totally break up and go up into Alaska, but that is total cloud water, which is the total water that is in the clouds. Give me a second. This subject makes me need a cigarette. I know some people are like, hey, quit smoking. I'm like, hey, when the world is not hanging by a thin thread, I'll give it a thought. So yeah, that's what this whole video is about. It's just that it looks like we got major problems. So whereas we have the moisture levels, the water levels, the river levels, all the levels in America are way too high, it seems like I have been saying for like months, all it would take now is one major super perfect storm to hit the United States, and we could see like 30% of the lands underwater, and a majority of those never come back to land. So we are going through some major changes, and at the moment Sri Lanka is having massive floods where 100,000 people are basically homeless. Russia's been getting hit with major storms. The United Kingdom got hit like 100,000 lightning strikes over the last few days. So things are just really weird all across the board. And so you may say, hey, that is one model. You know, like, you're going to just trust one model? And no, I wouldn't have made this video if it was just one model. There you go. There's a totally different model. I think that's the GOES satellite. And look at that thing. All right, watch it in action. Look at, okay, America's down central in the bottom, in that giant strip of water, severe weather, water vapor, and atmospheric instability is on that one too. Now, I haven't heard anybody point this out. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I haven't heard any meteorologists say, holy shit, have you seen when it's coming? So, I hope I'm totally wrong. And I hope nothing happens, man. I hope, like, all the flooding and the major rain stops. And we all just have a fantastic summer of rock and roll, love, and happiness. But, looking at these models, and then almost even making a prediction, like, man, all it would take would be one perfect storm to kick us square in the nuts. And what do you know? Lo and behold, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that thing is scary looking to me on almost every level. So, it is definitely way beyond time. Everybody needs to STFU about politics and learn to adapt to this as a team. Because this storm, this situation, will pour over the rich and the poor, the innocent and the uninnocent alike. You know what I'm saying? So here we're looking at major mudslides in Tajikistan. Because the major flooding is not only happening in America, it's happening around the world. And so, it seems like the worse the weather gets, the more distractions come out and about. Now, I don't think it's time for us to argue about what is causing all this. I think we all know I'm voting the sun baby and the stars, and possibly, you know, even other celestial variables. It's like when this is Sri Lanka, where they've had, you know, hundreds of thousands of people displaced, and you know, it's just a situation that isn't getting better, and it's getting weirder. The instability in the atmosphere is becoming more unstable, and so, you know, I just fear that we've all been programmed to be so divided and conquered that, like, everybody hates everybody because of religion or nationalism or race or sexuality, or whether or not you think the earth is round or flat, or, you know, whatever. It's like everybody hates everybody. It's like the one thing people agree on is that the people that don't agree with them are totally wrong and idiots. And it's pretty sad. It's pretty depressing. But I can only stay down for so long, and then I gotta pop back up and be like, hey, dudes, come on! You know, it's like the other day I was saying, like, we're at the point where it's like either we all win together or we all die together. And someone said, well, hey, you know, I'm okay with that. We'll just let 90% of the lemmings die, and then we can restart with the other 10%. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. We're all in this together. We either all win together or we fail together. And if you give me 1 week with the lemmings unobstructed, I can turn them into good men. You know what I'm saying? I would include women in that, but I don't know. Anytime I've told women what to do or how to be or how to act or how to try to train them, it doesn't work out well. So I'm only going to take responsibility for, you know, the man. And hope you guys will need some superwoman to learn how to talk to women, because I don't understand women at this point. Like, I can get celestial physics, you know, I can get weather, I can understand economics. Still, women have, you know, they got me scratching my head. I love them, you know. I don't crave money or power or fame. Women, oh yes, I do. But I only need one really good one. But, you know, that's a tough road for me. Anyway, so that's what this video is. That's what this video is about. I've just see that thingy, and I'm saying, hey dudes, look at that. So, you know, some dickweeds can be like, I don't appreciate all your doominess. You all talking about doom. The world is fine. No, dude. We're in a very weird spot. The bad news is, it's pretty bad. The good news is, it's always darkest before the dawn. And each day feels like we get closer to a situation where the people of Earth can take control of their own destinies as we make the grand transition into the future. So it'll either be total victory or total failure. Either way, we're all in it together. Rich or poor, black or white, Christian or Muslim, gay or straight, male or female, Marvel or DC, soccer or football. And they're the same thing. See what I did there? See, it even looks like a giant freaking serpent, man. Thor versus the giant serpent. Where have I heard that before? Though I am in no hurry to redo Ragnarok. A, I don't like doing the same thing twice. Unless, and B, can't we just all get along? Anywho, what usually happens is they have like a high pressure system over California, which hasn't allowed any rain into California since it hit maximum dam levels. So the systems go over California into Alaska and Washington, and then come back down into the plains in Colorado, and then they explode into the major storms we see, and then they exit out the Atlantic. That's been the pattern for about 2 months. And so either this is going to hit California, or it's going to go over it and then come through America. But at this point, even though the models are not agreeing with me, I don't see how all that moisture is just going to evaporate and not cause problems. So I guess we'll keep watch over this, and I definitely will keep an eye on this over the next week or two. And we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that people can say that fear-mongering this, but I don't even know. No, it's I'm warning you, or I'm having you stay alert of this. And there are going to be some disasters that could be so major that there's nothing you can really do to prepare for it. Like as many guns, bullets, and Bitcoin as you might have, that's not going to, if like half of the world is underwater, then I don't think that's going to help a lot at the beginning. I know maybe Bitcoin works underwater. Forgive me, I just don't ever see any type of a currency as a savior. Although the fiat currencies will definitely need saving at some point. So yeah, we're looking at all the models. Let's see what else I got in here. So, man, I'm trying to be, this is, don't pay attention to this. It's when you leave this one radar map up, it curiously degenerates, and sometimes it degenerates into the most fascinating patterns and stuff, so that right there is not official, but it is fascinating. So I just thought I'd let you guys know, man. I mean, these are scary times. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to show you guys. So that's what that's not right there. That's precipitable water. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's almost like a shooting stream. See that? Like that's precipitable water. That is 3-hour precipitation. Like how much rain is in there? I'd say maybe 7 days before that gets to America. Precipitable water. So that almost looks like a punch. Okay, here's what I wanted to show you. Okay, give it a second. All right, there we are. So watch, that's it. Notice how it's heading towards America? See that? So that was it. Now I'm going to show you the latest one. All right. Where are we at here? All right, let's go here. Boom. Okay. Now this is it. This is that storm I'm kind of talking about, although, so notice it's headed towards America, and now you've had a high pressure system here. It's been blocking all the water up into here and having it come back down. But then you get this radar anomaly. So you get this giant punch of moisture water coming, more building up, coming up, and then this radar anomaly. So take that from there. Let's go back to here. All right, this is up to the minute. The one I had before was from like 2 days ago. I've been trying to make this video for 2 days. It's total cloud water, right? So you still have your mega line of moisture coming. Let's go to 3 hours. There's, no, it seems like the water has reduced, but I don't know. I don't trust anything these days. And then, I mean, that is all the flooding going on down there. And so, that's all I'm saying is, we need to keep our eye out. Yeah, that's all I'm asking you to do is stay alert, be aware, and be vigilant. Though nowadays it seems like there's a negative association with vigilance. But it's like there's a negative association with almost everything. So that was just me asking the question. Is there a perfect storm on the way? Because the flood levels in America, and the water levels in America, and the moisture levels in America, and the soil saturation levels are really high. And either way, man, like I said, if we're all going out soon, it's probably a good time to treat each other well instead of settle your scores. Do what I do. Let karma settle all your scores. Sure, it may hurt. You may be like, dang, I want to settle some scores of my own. But it's better not to do that. Trust me, man. Anyway, I love you guys. And I hope you can handle this. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope nothing happens. I'm just saying, I'm watching it all, and it's the Godfather of Earth. I love you guys. It's really just time to get our acts together and learn how to be good people again. All right, peace out. I'm sure I said too much. But, you know, this is soldiers who gave me freedom of speech. And so I'm using it. And once again, God bless y'all. And thank y'all. My dad, God rest his soul, was in the Air Force. And my stepdad was in the Air Force. So, I've always been a soldier at heart. Though, a funny story is, my Uncle Butch was in Vietnam for 2 tours as a tunnel rat. And my Uncle Butch was also my godfather. And when I was like 7 years old, Butch was my godfather. And he was like, I refuse to let you go into the military. You are not allowed to go in the military. I'm your godfather. And that is the law. I was like, okay. You know, I'm like 7. I don't even know what he's talking about. But I do now. But I have ultimate respect for the soldiers who make the choice to protect us. And I apologize to them. For us, the people, we're the ones who have stuck our head in the sands and allowed the politicians to run amok, to put them in bad situations these days, and even before now. Fighting wars they probably never should have put their boots on the soil. You know what I'm saying? So, I love you guys. I appreciate it. And we're going to do it together. And if not, then I guess we're all going out together. You can take that to the bank. All right. I love you. Peace out.